Good evening, blessings out there, Facebook. As your man, Rod Hickman, the generational wealth builders, where poverty ends with us. Listen, it's a Saturday night. It's late. We've had a long day, had a good, productive day. Really been doing a lot of good things here. Again, super excited. Just got back from Starkville, Mississippi, down there with my kinfolk, Sean and Camille Hickman. And we're looking to do some amazing things down there, but more to come from that. But again, just super excited about that. Listen, want to talk a little bit. Y'all know me. I'm always about making sure that you're in the know, that you know what's going on. Because one thing about it is just not knowing about money is not going to make the situation get better, right? You have to be intentional about understanding money and how money works. And that's what we do here at Generational Wealth Builders. We make sure that our clients, and we even make sure that you all, those that will like and follow us, we make sure that you understand how money works. We try to take that stuff that seems like it's calculus or trigonometry or whatever comes after that. We try to break it down and make it where it's easy for you to understand, easy for you to apply. So, I've been on a rant about your retirement because, again, if you're not planning for your future self, guess what? You're going to let your future self down, right? And time is not stopping. Time is not friendly. And to think that, oh, well, I can make this or I can do that, you're fooling yourself, right? Because we don't know where the conditions of the market are going. We don't know what our health is going to be like and things of that nature. So we take a lot of things for granted when we just don't plan properly and we just feel like I'll make sure I get it done on the back end. But either way, I'm doing this video tonight because this week, Target stock got downgraded, right? Target stock got downgraded. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but y'all know I'm still talking about your retirement, right? Because what I want you to understand is that when your 401k is tied to that variable market, and well, I'm not going to put the cart before the horse. So let's talk a little bit about Target. So this week, Target decided to go with a marketing strategy that the consumers just didn't agree with, right? And they started to receive a lot of consumer backlash. And as a result of that, what ended up happening was their stock got downgraded. JP Morgan downgraded their stock, right? And that's huge because, again, remember, your 401k is a savings plan, but it's tied to the S&P. And so what happens is you don't know if part of your stock portfolio was in Target, right? So that means potentially you could have lost money with that being said. But I'm not just picking on Target. But what happened was it got downgraded, right? And again, because of what's going on, with the decisions that they made, again, and that's their business. All I know as a consumer, I can support whom I want to support. And if that's who Target is going to support, I'm not supporting Target, right? Again, that's the choice that you have as a consumer. And so what I want you to understand on tonight, they got downgraded. They got downgraded from an overweight to a neutral, right? And it's never good for your stock to get downgraded, right? Because that starts to cause concern and it ultimately could cause a sell-off, right? And a sell-off is basically where that stock loses everything, and where it may have been worth $20 a share today, this evening it could be worth $1 a share, right? And so again, you don't want that to happen. And again, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because your 401k is tied to this stuff, right? And again, if you don't know specifically where your 401k is tied to, that means that you could see a loss. Now, I've been telling you all for the longest time that basically when you put your money into a 401k, 403b, 457, anytime your money goes into the variable market, it's like going to the casino. So literally, you might as well go ahead on, get that money, go down the Tunica and go for the gusto, right? Because that's basically what you're doing. Because situations like what's going on with Target, even though you had nothing to do with that, it can impact your retirement. it can impact your retirement plan. And that's why we keep preaching over and over again that you've got to understand that the 401k was never designed to be your primary means of retirement. It was not. It was never designed for that. Rather, it was really designed to get activity in the market. But I won't even talk about that because that's a horse of a whole different color. If you want to learn more about that, you need to read that book, The Creature from Jekyll, The Creature of Jekyll Island. That's what you want to read. And it will put into perspective how the things that we think were put in place for us really were not put in place for us. But either way, I digress. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of takeaways. A downgrade is a negative change in the stock analyst's outlook for a stock or in a bond, right? So basically what that means, the analyst, meaning the people who are on Wall Street, those who know how Wall Street works, they basically have said, yeah, Target, this ain't looking good, fam. So yeah, we're going to go ahead on and downgrade you. Why? Because again, the stock market does not want to make it a habit of losing money. So what they'll do, they'll pull that stock down and give people an opportunity and give Target a chance to get it together so they can try to get it on back up. But if not, then there's even another place where it can go down to, and that's when people start selling off. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. And I've titled this tonight, A Bird in the Hand is Worth Two in the Bush, right? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about annuities and specifically a fixed index annuity, right? Now, an annuity, easy peasy answer, is the same thing as a pension, right? An annuity is basically designed to create you to have income for life after the point that you retire. Long story short, a 401k is a savings plan that is expected to grow in the market. Does that make sense? So key factor about an annuity and a fixed index annuity is insurance. It's guaranteed from loss. So you don't lose anything. You get all of the gains from the market, none of the loss, right? And it makes sure that you have money to retire on for the rest of your life. However, a 401k is an employer sponsor. And so when I'm talking 401k, 403b, 457, TSP, all of those items, right? What that item does, that basically gives the employer a tax break, but that money goes straight to the market. And typically what happens is they use the paychecks to invest it in the various assets, stocks, and bonds. That's what they're doing with your money. That's why when you hear me tell you that, hey, the 401k was never designed to be your primary means of retirement. That's why, because it's a employer sponsored savings plan, and that is not necessarily meant for your retirement. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that that money is going to be there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this definition here in the chat because I'm just a guy that believes in providing citations. So you can go and take a look at that at your convenience. But that's what an employer sponsored plan actually is. You can go on there and read that for yourself. But basically what happens, folks, is that it does not guarantee that you're going to have income for life. What it's going to do is going to try to accumulate savings for you. But there is no guarantee. And that's why we keep telling you. And that's why I titled this, A Bird in the Hand is Worth Two in the Bush. I don't know about you folks, but as I grow older, I have come to understand that I really don't want to have to go to work as I get older. And what I mean by that is this. I don't plan on having to work. I probably will work, but I guarantee you, Rod Hickman is set up to make sure that when I hit retirement age, I don't have to work. Praise the Lord. And Lady Hickman is set up where when she hits retirement age, she does not have to work. Why is that? Because we are fully vested in annuities, right? I'm not telling you something that we're not a part of. And so I don't have to get bent out of shape when the market goes up or when it goes down. I mean, I love it when it goes up because that's more cheese that's added to that sandwich. However, when it goes down, we don't suffer any losses. And so that's the main reason I wanted to get on tonight, because again, you hear this stuff happening, but I need you to understand when that happens, it could be affecting your retirement account. It could 100%. And here's the thing, I know, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to get on off of here. But here's the thing that kind of irritates me when people talk about the employer sponsored policies. Well, they're giving us free money. I understand that. But if you never realize that free money because it's lost in the market, is it free money? Think about that. If the free money that they give you is eaten up in the market, what good does that do you? Right? Think about it. Please think about it. They match up to 5%. They match 5% of your annual salary. And again, I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that at all. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is, if you're putting your money in the variable market, and I don't care if they gave you $10,000, if the market is failing, if it gets lost up in the market and you never get a chance to realize it, what's the benefit of getting free money? Your company gets a tax break for that. And while again, it's a great notion for them to give 100%. But again, understand that company is doing it for that tax break. And they're not just doing it because they, oh yeah, we love you. No, because if you really go back and look in history, you'll see that companies used to provide pensions for their people. Go back and come on. If you got older folk that used to work for this or work for that, go back and ask old Paul now. They got pensions, and what that pension did, that pension made sure they had an income for the rest of their life. So they had a check for the rest of their life. So we don't have a check for the rest of their life. Don't you know, an employer, when you start working, if you start working, let's just say you start working at the age of 25. An employer can do a $10,000 annuity, fixed index annuity in your name. And by the time you turn 65, you'll have well over $2 million. And what that $2 million will do, it'll pay you a check for the rest of your life. So at about $2 million, you get about 5% of that. So that's a little over $100,000 that you'll get your first year when you retire at 65. In 40 years. Folks, that's what we do. That's what we do here at Generational Wealth Builders. And so my point being, that's if the company put that $10,000 towards you, right? Just a one-time $10,000 at the age of 25, boom, they ain't got to add another dime. When you turn 65, boom, it annuitizes, you get paid. Your first check, your first distribution check at the age of 65 would be about $100,000. 100%. Matter of fact, so y'all don't think, oh, Roddy lying. Let me look at one of these products here and show y'all, because again, knowledge is power once it's applied. And like I said, the company can still get the same write-off, and here's the thing about it, they would even get it with less fees. You get what I'm saying? Right now they're paying a lot in fees, but again, I just want y'all to see it now. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Thomas? Good to see you, man. Thank you for checking me out tonight, bro. But basically, again, at the age of 25, I'm just putting these numbers in, and I'll let you see it here in a second. If that joker just did a one-time $10,000, if the company did one-time $10,000, whether they claimed it or not, I'm going to show you exactly how much money this individual would have at the age of 65. Let me see if I can get there, because I want y'all to be able to see it for yourself. Not like I would cap out on you, no way. But anyhow, oh, I'm wrong. Okay. Ooh. Y'all ain't gonna even believe these numbers. Y'all ain't gonna believe them, but I'm gonna show them to you anyhow. Let me get here real quick. Let me snip this real quick, because I gotta make sure I don't let y'all know my secret sauce there. So give me just a second. All right, so let me get here. And I'm going to put this over here. And again, I hope y'all kind of picking up what I'm putting down. So let me share my screen real quick. Boom. And boom. All right, folks. I want y'all to know, if you can see my screen, I'm going to zoom in. In 40 years, if the company did a one-time investment with our product, in 40 years, that employee would have $105,000 in cash value, right? That's how much it will be worth in cash, $105,000. But the annuity value, or meaning his pension, his nest egg, what he gonna live off of for the rest of his life, will be worth about $6.5 million. Just a one-time $10,000 investment at the age of 25. And so what this shows is, this shows his first check. So his first check gonna be about $277,000, somewhere there about. Come on here. Now you find a 401k that's going to tell you when you turn 60, where it can even give you a ballpark of what you'll be. You find me one. Oh, and can I add just a little bit of spice to this? Folks, God forbid, if this joker should pass, let's just say he passed beforehand, this is how much his family will get in a death benefit. Why? Because it's insurance. It is insurance. So if he lives, he's good, he's taken care of, and he's going to grow this money every year. But even if he passes, his family is still good. They're still well taken care of. That's what we do here at Generational Wealth Builders. We are not the same as others. I'm not here to put nobody down. I believe everybody is genuine, but I'm just telling you, we work with some big boys here. And the products and services that we have literally end poverty in your life. They literally end poverty. As you can see right there, you've seen it with your own eyes. 40 years, that's what that joker has. So the question I have for you, what about you? Maybe you're a young person out there and you got a little money, and I wish somebody would have grabbed me up by the scruff of my neck when I was a young trooper out there in the Army, blowing money, drinking them Colt 45, drinking them E&J. That's what we used to do, because we were kind of half poor back in the military days. You know what I'm saying? Drinking them Michelobs and all that there, running the streets, blowing money, spending it on everything. I wish somebody would have grabbed me by the scruff of my neck and said, hey, let me show you this. Let me show you how to make sure that your future self will thank you. That's right, cuz seed money. Let me show you how to make sure that your future self will thank you. And how will your future self thank you? Man, look at here. I'll be kissing me right now if I would have did that at the age of 25. Because I blew through money. I don't know about y'all. Y'all might have been responsible. No, you ain't, because most of us, especially those of y'all that's still scared about that freak meat thing that's finna come out, a lot of y'all scared about that, because again, okay, all right. But either way, my point in this being, we know better. Why don't we do better? I still hear families now telling their kid, just get you a job and put your money to a 401k. Why? Then that makes me wonder, parent, do you not want to see your children do better than you? Are you ashamed that if your children do better than you, it's going to somehow make them look down on you? Absolutely not. We are where we are because we've always stood on the backs of the future, of the past generation. The generation of the past gave us that heave-ho to get us up from where we are. But what are you doing? Or are you passing poverty on to your children? If you're passing on a 401k, are you telling your child, yeah, just get in the 401k because that's free money? You're passing poverty on to your family. And literally, this is one of the most sinister yet legal means of wealth transfer, the 401k. And this is why myself and people like Richard Hughes down there in the Port St. Lucie area, him and his wife, Lamisha, America's next top power couple that's coming online down there, getting ready to do some great things. That's why we're here. That's why at 10 o'clock at night, like I have nothing better to do, I'm here putting this video together because I want you to understand that we do care about you. Because again, your future you is depending on you to make good, sound decisions today so that down the road, you can actually retire. You can actually spend time with your grandchildren. You can actually volunteer at the school if you want to. Come on, somebody. You can set yourself up so that if you want to retire at 60, you don't have to work yourself to the bone to the point that by the time you retire, you're ready to die. Come on, that's what's happening now. People are working themselves to the bone, and then they finally stop working, and 2, 3, 4 years later, they're gone. No, man, we got to stop that. That is not living. That is not living. And so as I get ready to get out of here for tonight, I want you to understand a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Please book a consultation with us. Your consultations are free. All we'll do, we'll sit down and look at your numbers. And I'm not the guy that's going to bother you. Anybody that know me, I can tell you, I'm going to call you twice. And after that, you ain't got to worry about Hickman calling you no more, because I'm going to know you've seen them first 2 calls. And if you don't call me back after that, listen, bro, because it's not on me. I've done my part. I've done my due diligence. I've been a good citizen. I've helped and tried to help set you on straight. But again, if you don't want it, I ain't going to run you down, fam. That's not how we do here at Generational Wealth Builders. Our goal is to educate families on how to save, grow, and make money. And I'm just coming to understand this one thing, that a lot of people, in my opinion, are afraid of being wealthy. Yes, I said it. I said it. A lot of people are afraid of being wealthy. Why do I say that? And I'm not being that guy now. Just let me be free. The reason why I say a lot of people are afraid of being wealthy is because change requires change. And a lot of the times we are so undisciplined and we enjoy the life of being undisciplined that some people are afraid that if I actually put my mind to doing what I want to do, I might actually outgrow some of my friends. I might actually not have to stay in the projects no more. I might actually not have to be a renter all my life. I might actually be able to have good credit. I might actually be able to do those things that I've seen them do on TV. And that's scary. But here's the thing I have to ask you. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? I was telling this story to some prospective clients today. My daughter is a senior. She's going to be a senior this year. Lord help. And I remember we were talking about her senior pictures. And she said, well, Dad, I want to go to Florida because my little brother has a photography business down there. She said, well, I want to go down there and do my senior pictures. And immediately in my head, I'm like, wait, what? Why can't you just go and get your pictures done like everybody else? But then it hit me like a ton of bricks. My baby has experienced the good life. And she's experienced the type of life where she understands that she has access to greater. Good God Almighty. Man, let me tell you something. If that didn't make me go ahead and pull up my belt and britches and everything else, yeah. All of that was done because I made a decision to change. I made a decision and understood that change requires change. And you can't be the same and expect the same results. It's a lonely road sometimes, but it's worth it because my baby understands now. She doesn't have the scarcity mindset. My baby understands that if she wanted, mom and daddy got it. She can ask for it. I'm on fuss because that's what I do. But she knows that we have her back 100%. And all of that is because we made some good financial decisions. We made some decisions to be able to make sure that we're secure and we're not consistently throwing money away. Our retirement is set. And if I could be honest, our baby is going to be set. God Almighty, I can't wait to show y'all that. I can't wait to show y'all that my baby is going to retire potentially probably at 55. But I'm telling you, if she waits to the age of 60, my baby is going to be set. And every generation afterwards is going to be set. All because I made changes. My wife made changes. We made the change to bring about change. We made the change in our mindset, in our spending, and how we think, and how we do, and how we make sure that our family is set up for financial success. We did that. And that's why I'm so passionate about this business. Why y'all think I travel like I do? Travel like I do because I want to spread this good news. I want to spread this good news that you don't have to be poor, baby. You don't have to pass poverty on. I could punch some people in the mouth sometimes when I hear them say, well, they're going to have to work for it like I did. You fool. You're supposed to be leading the way. As a parent, it's your job to raise the harbor. Because again, every generation springboards off of the back from the first generation. But if you don't have no way, if you keeping them on that same level, you're the reason why your last name means what it means. You can't blame the man. You can't blame nobody else. It's you. It's the person in the mirror. Change requires change. And I didn't mean, again, if you know me, you know my heart. I'm not fussing. But what I'm sick and tired of, I'm sick of tired of poverty. I'm sick of tired of seeing that scarcity mindset so prevalent that we pass that on to our children and we cripple them coming out the gate. We cripple them coming out the gate where what they're speaking is poverty. They're speaking that scarcity mindset. That's what I'm sick and tired of. And sometimes we have to hear it hard, because when you hear it hard, hopefully it'll make you say, you know what? Yeah, bro was right. Hopefully you'll say, you know what? Yeah, bro was right. Look at here. Let me do this here. Let me look into this here. Let me fix me. And watch this. When you fix you, your children are going to watch you, because your children are a product of what they see. Can I help you? If you were out there doing your thing, your children will follow you. When you're out there leading from the front, there's a great chance that your children will follow you and they'll emulate what they see. So again, all that said, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Right now, the market is in trouble. And if you're banking on your retirement being in a variable market or being in an employer-sponsored savings plan, then I sure hope you used to working, fam, because that's what you're going to have to do. You'll have to work the rest of your life. Now, again, if you want to, you can book an appointment with us. We'd love to sit down with you, maybe get on a Zoom with you, sit down. Again, there is no shame. There's no shame. I promise you there's no shame. Just come so we can talk about it and get you set up on the right scale. All right? Listen, it's your man, Rod Hickman, Generational Wealth Builders, where poverty literally does end with us. And we really want to help you all be able to retire. We want to help you to be able to have pride in your last name, knowing that, God forbid, if anything should happen, my family is taken care of. My generation, my legacy is taken care of. And so we want to help you do that. So let us help you build that generational wealth and end poverty for your family. All right. You have a good night. God bless.